helping and hoping to show people the truth, particularly our children. I share the same goal, to make children aware of what mental illnesses are, primarily so that they'll be able to ask for help if they should need it. The child and adolescent suicide rate is only rising. And why is that? We should be saving lives and not seeing our children fall victim to their own parents. I had the opportunity to teach a program called Breaking the Silence, and it's a program produced by the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's a really neat program that teaches kids, elementary, middle, and high school levels, the truth about mental illnesses. But they're not lectures, you don't have tests. It's all through stories and games, so it's lots of fun. I was able to teach this program at my hometown elementary school to the 5th graders there. And there's one little girl there in particular that stands out in my mind. She sat on the very front row, and she sat with perfect posture looking at me when I was there. And of course I wore this. This is my costume, they call it. So I had to wear my costume to keep their attention. And she raised her hand on that first day. I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Is mental illness a standard part of the 5th grade curriculum?" No, actually it's not. But you all are the only 5th graders in the state that are getting this program, so you're going to be the smartest 5th graders in the whole state. Well, then she was all proud, and it was okay to talk about this kind of thing. But that same little girl, at the end of our sessions, raised her hand again. And I toyed with the notion, should I not address her question? But I did. I asked her, "What is it?" And she said, "We read a story about Edgar Allan Poe, and he didn't have any money. His wife was very sick, and he couldn't buy her medicine. And I said, he has depression, and I'm going to tell Mrs. United States about it." And I said, wow. Not only what we're teaching is getting across, but they are carrying it with them after the 30 minutes that we're in the classroom. They're crossing over subject areas. They're thinking about it in their day-to-day lives. And that is going to be what makes the difference in the future of the way people view mental illness. I ran into another family in Walmart. Of course, everybody goes to Walmart. We all go to Walmart. And there was a family there, and she said, "You've been teaching at my son's school for mental illness, haven't you?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, let me tell you, he certainly has learned a lot. He's diagnosed all of us at the dinner table." I said, "Wow." Well, I'm glad you learned something. But it has been encouraging to see their faces come to the understanding of it's okay. And once it becomes normal in the classroom to talk about those things, they start sharing. They raise their hands. "Oh, I have ADHD. I see a psychiatrist. I take medicine in the morning." And nobody is saying, "What? You take medicine in the morning?" Or "What? You have what?" It's okay. Everybody's talking about it. It's fine. Just like saying, "I had an earache. I had to stay out of school yesterday." It becomes normal, and that is truly amazing. I was so welcomed and able to go to the schools here yesterday with Melissa. And those kids are just the same. And it's states away, but the same lack of knowledge, but eager to understand and eager to share. The same hands go up. "Oh, I have ADHD. Oh, I know someone who has this or does this." And they're the same everywhere. So I'm so honored to have been able to go into the schools here and to see those faces, because the faces and the stories that you hear are the ones that inspire you to fight. Meeting with the consumers yesterday at lunch was amazing as well. And they had their own real stories of stigma, where they have been treated differently by family or by doctors. And that's the life they're living. But seeing them there gives you more of a reason to push on and to fight harder. Oftentimes our patients aren't able to share their voices, either because of their illness itself or because nobody will listen. Mental illness doesn't make a lot of money. We don't have a cardiac cath machine or something that we can do that creates a lot of revenue. So oftentimes we aren't put at the top of the totem pole. All we have is our time and our efforts and our heart. And when you really look at it, those are the most important things. So we can win this fight. We can overcome the stigma with our voices and with our hearts and with our efforts. And I'm so thankful to have been a part of that. One of my favorite sayings in the whole world is, "Be the change you want to see in this world." And you all are doing that here. You all are being the change that you hope to see. And that is truly incredible. We were at the Family Life Center last night, and And Jade said, oh, come outside, there's a rainbow outside. And so we all went out, and there was the most beautiful rainbow arching right over the Family Life Center. And as a Sunday school teacher, we go through Noah's Ark a lot, and learning that the rainbow biblically is a promise that God loves us and He'll never forsake us. And seeing the rainbow there over the Family Life Center was an incredible moment, in that you all have made a promise to families and those suffering with mental illness to never forsake them, to never abandon them, to take care of them. And that's what you're doing. And I'm so inspired by you, so humbled to be here with all of you, and have learned so much about the way things can be. Seeing your family practice or your Family Life Center is a dream come true. You all have a diamond in the rough here. We don't have that in South Carolina. We're still struggling in our efforts. But to see that it can happen, that it can happen in Cherokee County, which is smaller than where we're from, that people are putting their efforts together and making a difference in this world, truly has inspired me, and I will carry that with me as we continue our journey. We will finish up in Las Vegas in July, and I will pass on this title to somebody else, but never give up this fight. I will continue to fight in South Carolina and anywhere else that people will allow me to stand and talk. That's where I'll be fighting. And I'm very encouraged and thankful to see all of you as on the same team, and that we're fighting together, and that we're going to win. I know that we are. So thank you very much for allowing me to be here, for inspiring me and teaching me, and that our joint effort can really make a difference and make this world a better place for those that are suffering from mental illness. Thank you again.